Hi, and welcome once again to Stone Soup.
The world according to sci-fi geeks.
Oh, by the way, I'm still Sandy, and she's still Rhiannon.
Yo.
2 weekends ago,
Yes.
we went to Consonance, which is a science fiction, well, actually, it's a Filk convention, which is a convention for the music of science fiction.
Yes. If you look back, one of our earlier episodes, we discussed Filk more in depth.
Anyway,
And the link is on our
there's a
webpage,
link
and
on our
it's also a link somewhere in our YouTube page.
the special guests were Carla Ulbrich. I wish I could have found a better picture of her. Well, there's one on the back.
There's also
And-
one on the back here.
Yeah, hold on. And her husband, Joe Giacoio. Carla belongs to the difficult last name club, and I guess she decided that Ulbrich just wasn't difficult enough. But anyway, besides being a musician and a singer, Carla has become a writer because some years back, Carla suffered a couple of strokes. She was like in her early 30s. They were very small strokes. And so while she was recovering, she wrote a whole album of music about recovering from being sick. Carla is a comedian
Yes.
with a guitar. These are all silly, silly songs about
all
being
parodies.
sick. They're all parodies about
And
being
most of her
sick.
stuff is original. This is all parodies.
As in, sitting in the waiting room, on the commode again. Patient, I can't read that number.
294-6065.
Prednisone. What if your butt was gone?
Which is actually a parody of one of her own songs.
Happy to be stuck by you getting shots.
Little
s-
brown jug. And it just keeps going from there.
Yeah,
The cold one.
Don't even go there.
Yes.
So, she also wrote a book about
Which she was selling at Consonance.
Consonance, about how to survive being very, 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 very sick. Carla and Joe are two of the coolest people on the planet.
Yes.
And Joe is a wonderful singer and tremendous musician. And I love his music too. I love his.
One line about Joe is most people only use 10% of their guitars. He uses 100%.
Actually, I think he uses 110%. He uses parts of his guitar that most guitarists don't even realize can be used.
Yes.
It's
just fascinating
It's fascinating
watching him.
watching this man play. But anyway,
Oh, and the things he can get people to do. Somewhere online, there's got to be.
it's on YouTube.
Yes. I don't remember. What
Actually, it's on the Consonance website too. I think he asked for all the men in the audience to come up and help him. Now, most of
need
these
a male
people,
chorus.
most of these people are also singers and musicians. So a bunch of guys got up, and arrayed themselves behind him, and said, "Okay, what we gonna do?"
I need you to help me sing the chorus.
And he starts singing. I wear women's clothes.
Not for enjoyment, but I forget the exact wording.
Something to the effect that because my theory is if you can't date
Date
them,
'em,
join
join
them. So,
Oh, God, it was hilarious.
it got funnier and funnier. And as she leans over to me and says, "This is YouTube gold." and her father had the camera and was taping it, so it may be on YouTube for all I know.
Now, the thing with Consonance, it's a very small convention. It's what's called a relaxicon. There's actually very little going on there.
There's concerts and there's concerts, and then there are a couple of workshops.
And there's open singing. But otherwise, that's it for the whole weekend. It's more really a chance to just hang out with
Your friends, as one of our other friends, Chris Dickinson, pointed out. She goes to conventions to hang with her friends. I mean, yeah, I love to go to certain panels when there are panel discussions at the bigger cons. But if I go to 3 panels on a weekend, and each panel is about an hour to an hour and a half long, that would be a big weekend for me. And if I'm working, I ain't doing nothing but working, because you just don't get the chance usually. But relaxicons are fun because, you get to hang with people and talk to people and get to know them.
Yes.
And
You get to see how insane you can drive waitresses and waiters at restaurants when you show up with a group of 20, when you left the hotel with a group of 5.
Yeah. One of my favorite memories of a similar convention is the last concert for that evening had shut down. We were all going to go get something to eat. And I head for the door, and Larry freaking Niven is in front of me, and he turns around and he says to me, "So are we getting up a group to go out and eat?" And I said, "Yes."
We are now.
Yeah, I didn't say it that way, but that's what I was thinking. We are now. Give me 5. And sure enough, we had like 15 or 20 people. We trooped out and found a restaurant and all settled in and had fun. But
Filking can go on into the wee hours of the morning. So it's best to be done in places where, people aren't trying to sleep.
yeah, but they do that down in ballrooms
and
and excuse me, meeting rooms. And the rooms are sleeping rooms are upstairs.
Now, there is a dealer's room, but it's for this conference, it's tiny. For relaxing cons, there'll be very little there.
Well, most Filk Cons don't have huge dealers' rooms.
No.
This one had
A large
Random Factors was theirs. They sell music.
Yep.
There was a lady selling jewelry.
Very nice jewelry.
Very, very nice, beautiful stuff.
There's a guy there selling some books, and there's Carla and Joe who are selling their CDs
And their book. And
there's also another table there, but wasn't actually selling anything. It was for the Interfilk auction.
Yeah.
Basically,
And Interfilk,
they like to bring in Filkers from other countries.
It's a group that got together of Filkers who said, there are Filkers that we never hear because they can't afford to get to us and we can't afford to get to them. So they started getting donations and holding auctions so that they could make enough money to, say, bring a Brit over to America or an American up to Canada or so on and so forth. So and the singers bring music from their places that they sing, and then they pick up songs from the place where they're visiting and take that back to their place.
Yes.
And this time they had the Interfilk guest was Denise Gendron. I'd never seen her before. I didn't even catch where she came from. She's a wonderful singer.
Oh, yes. Had a delightful Doctor Who song called On the Border of Time. Sadly, it's not on any of her CDs yet.
It was brand new. She written it like a week before. Lovely lady. Nice. And they had an international guest named Chris Malm. M-A-L-M-E. Malm.
Yes.
He's from Britain. Now, interesting note here. We forgot to mention that Consonance is held in the Bay Area.
Yes.
That's the San Francisco Bay Area, not the Bay Area that is the San Diego Bay Area.
Yeah.
But be that as it may. Chris Malm rode with us back down here to the L.A. area. So we had a chance to get to know him and talk to him. And
Very nice fellow.
Very, very nice fellow. Good singer. Good guitarist.
Yes.
Lovely music.
I don't know
he
the
wrote,
words for it, but he plays the ukulele well, too.
Yes.
Ukuleleist? I don't know.
I guess. Ukulele player. He wrote a wonderful Boy in a Room.
Ender's Game?
Ender's Game song called The Boy in the Room, or There's a Boy in a Room. And if you don't know what Ender's Game is, Orson Scott Card, C-A-R-D, is the author's name. Google is your friend.
Yes. There's actually a whole series of books. Ender's Games is the first.
Yeah. Actually, there was a short story, Ender's Game,
Oh,
that got stretched out into the novel.
I did not know that.
Yes, I have read the short story. I have not read the novel. It was originally published in analog.
But
Oh,
anyway,
yes, yes. I have geek cred. I do. Anyway, it was a lovely convention. We had a great time. We got to see a lot of good friends.
Yes.
Remember Christine Bonhoff that helped her talk about
Yes.
Twilight? Her folks and her little sister and she were there.
so hung out with them a lot.
Hung out with them a lot. Just lots of really, really, really good singers we'd tell you about, but their names won't mean anything to you.
But they should,
But they should. Again, Google is your friend. Random Factors. R-A-N-D-O-M space F-A-C-T-O-R-S. They sell this music. You can find a lot of cool stuff there.
I bet there's a link on our site.
There's a link on our website.
Y'all go to the link section. Look. Actually, also on our site, you can find a video of one of the concerts. Paul Quinn, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes, Paul Quinn singing his song about a fellow Filker, actually. Deborah, Marion, Kazumi, Yahoo, You Betcha Baby, Redpath Ogie the first. But you can call her Dot.
Basically. how she's going to take over the world and we won't be able to resist our dimpled overlord. Debbie is adorable.
Yes.
Everybody who has ever met the woman loves her.
She's there, sitting in the
front row. Yeah, just go find the vid. You will love it.
You'll be able to tell which one she is fairly quickly. She's the one who starts to threaten him with her flute.
Yeah. And tells the rest of us to stop singing. Yeah. But we love her, so we sang for her.
Yes. Hello, wet dog.
Oh, no, not a wet dog.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But,
so.
yes. Tiny convention, but still fun. Conventions do not need to be a huge deal like Comic-Con to still be fun. Don't get me wrong, Comic-Con is fun. It's also exhausting.
Well, yeah. Comic-Con needs to stretch another 2 days because there's too much to cram into it.
That's actually a valid point.
That's a good idea. Anyway, cons come all kinds of, all kinds of sizes.
Yes.
From Comic-Con, which is like 125,000 people, to World-Con, which is more like 7,000 people, to your average con, which is about 500 people. There's places in between there, too. Cons that tend to run about 1,500 people. And relax-a-cons, little cons like Consonance that tend to run about 500 people.
You just said 500 twice.
Did I?
Yes, 500 for normal.
Oh, okay. 200 people.
Yes. Yeah,
Consonance, which tend to run about 200 people. Ooh, our bickies are almost ready. So,
or less.
Or less, yeah. Although if it gets too much below that, you have trouble paying for your hotel space. So, anyway, if you're the kind of person who would enjoy a science fiction convention, I hate to keep having to say this, but Google is your friend. If you read Analog and Asimov's, there's a list in the back of both of those magazines of conventions that are coming up. Yes. So,
I freely admit, when you go into a Filk circle, a fair few people there don't sing very well, but some do. So it's worth going to find the jewels.
Yeah. Plus the purpose of a circle, open filking, is for everybody to be able to participate. The people on stage can sing and play. They're good, or they wouldn't be there.
Yes.
So, anyway.
I hope one day to see a Filker go out for America's Got Talent, just to watch the judges' faces.
I can think of a few.
Me too.
Anyway.
I had a few songs I'd like to hear them sing for.
Oh, yeah. We must suggest it to Fixie and Tony sometime. Okay, thank you, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.